bud. Captain Edger. Get those pictures of your St. Augustine all cut tight like that just blow me away every time I see it. It's incredible. Let's just make sure people are getting over here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, great. What's up, everybody? Here we go. Oh, shelf life of me? All of our products. Okay, so depending on what you got, that's a great way to start here. Aerate will last pretty much forever. RGS will be about 2 years under normal conditions. It can start to get a little bit odoriferous if you leave it in the heat and kind of open it and close it a lot over your first year, but don't even worry about that. So 2 years typically, and if you have any sort of other storage, you can make it last longer. Let's see here. All right, cruising down here. Okay, so Centipede glass braid that's half green and half purple. You could actually have a phosphorus deficiency. I can do that. I doubt that you had cold enough weather to do anything else like that. So it's probably a phosphorus thing. Best soil testing outfit. So I typically just use two different companies, Spectrum Analytic and Ward Laboratories. So either one of those are great. I think that they're pretty fantastic. They give you everything you need. The tests that you would do are either the S2 or S3 from Spectrum and the T2 or T3 from T2 or T3. Man, that's hard to say. T3 from Ward. Either one of those would do really well. Shelf life of green effect. That will also last a long time. You can see, since it is a chelated iron, chelates will eventually sort of start to fall out over time, and you may have to, if it's getting old, you'll have to really agitate well, and maybe even put that through a strainer, because the iron can tend to come back together, but you just need to watch that. Yard Smart, watch the video on core versus liquid. Can you touch on it again? Start to offer liquid to my clients this year. Yeah, sure, absolutely. So the liquid aeration, aerate, and let me just tell you why I did that to begin with. This was a function that we were seeing as a way to break acids and break some of the heavier carbon away from what could be usable within the soil, and we were doing that through our manufacturing. And so the theory was we could take that same method and put it into a field and get a very similar result, where we were able to move and shift things around. And what it did was just basically make a little more space in the ground. So over time, as we ran that, we could see the soil getting more, in the best way to put it, aerified, less compacted. So the difference is really this: like when you run a core aeration, and there's a time and a place, okay? I'm not saying that should be just gone and thrown out. You're taking soil from one spot, pulling it out of the ground, moving it over here and pushing it down in this spot, and then that'll eventually kind of close back up, and you just have the exact same soil, you just kind of lift it over here and move. Now, the aeration can create some help sometimes in breaking down, like over amounts of thatch that you can't mechanically break down just because of the opening up of sort of some lower airflow. And also in areas where you have very thin grass and you're trying to get grass to grow, seeding with that is actually a really good idea, because you at least get a little bit of a seed bed. Otherwise, if you've got good coverage on soil, you don't really need to do that. So hopefully that answered that question. Let me scroll back up here real quick. There's a whole ton of stuff that came through in here. I have a yellowish color in a certain part of my yard. What could be the cause? So many different things. Are you near septic? Is it a dry area? Is it newer grass that's coming up? but that's a hard one. How from low, tall fescue to level? I wouldn't go below about 2.5 inches on that. Maureen, that's about it. Good morning, Alan. Trimag best only option to kill Bermuda growing in my transition zone. I don't, but I mean that won't work that great. Trimec, you're probably going to want to look into something else to get rid of that. I mean, a Trimec will set it back a little bit, but not enough. Let's keep going here. Cool, thanks, Mike. All right, any pointers in my area? I'm going to be real mowing. Next step is aeration and sand living. It might turn into a putt-putt area for the kids. Kenny, you're gonna kick out what you're about to see on this video, so I'm not really gonna answer that. You can take a look at it and see what you think. All right, growing. High phos will need Fe supplements because the phos depletes the iron. No, not necessarily. The phos doesn't deplete the iron, but the two of those can cause uptake issues between them. So you might have a high iron, but if you have a high phos too, you're not really going to get a good uptake of that because phos can kind of block it out a little bit. So applying like a foliar iron can make a big difference. All right, let's see here. Wow, so many. Back down. Okay, maybe a bigger question than the slide at how do you get started in the fur industry? How did I? I mean, I could tell you that for a second. So in my teens, actually even going further back than that, but I worked for a nursery for a number of years, and I just really liked the whole outdoor side, and I started to get into the fertility piece of it. I was dealing a lot with trees and adjusting soils here with our like alkaline clay soils for planting and making trees really take root. So the tree part really got me into it. And I started spraying them around here under my first business and doing these polymer injections for a drought, kind of a drought tolerance thing. That led me into my first spray business, which was BioGreen. And I had that going here in Utah, and I also had a location in Reno, Nevada. I was working with some people out there and ended up moving that direction. And it just sort of evolved and to the point of where, I had these products and then more people wanted them, and, it was all about getting it out to the masses. So that's sort of the short story. I could go on and on about that. Okay, sorry, I gotta jump up here. Oh, God, man, so many comments. I'm sorry, I'm not catching it. Okay, got that one, real mowing. Okay to apply chrome salt. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. Sorry, that was a little while ago. How do you fix the lack of oncology hat while mowing? That is a very good question. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, I have a new construction, and during the hot months, some of my Bermuda starts to burn out. What would you recommend? Make sure you keep water on it. That's going to be the best thing. You'll see the folks at Rikers Island chemical company have a product that's just made for that. You'll be seeing that in the next week or so. It's something that you're really going to want. Richie, you know what you can do is look into getting fertigation. That's one of the best things you can do. Types of pH testers. I like the Hannah testers. I think they're fantastic. That's something that you can get. Use a backpack sprayer to apply concentrate. I would not do that. You can. I would not do that. That's not a good idea. Just dilute it, spray it. If you're going to go out and put any concentrate, you're going to run the risk of plant damage or burn. Just don't even bother. Squad 3, don't worry, you're totally fine. That's great. Arborvitaes, you're going to be great. Using RGS to grow your beard, absolutely, every day. That's what's in the cup. You guys didn't know that. Yes, tenacity. Wise guy, tenacity. That could do that. Yeah. Wow, so many comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through these here real quick. Okay, great. Maybe I could just kind of hold it right there. Impact on pre-emergent on growth. Did not exactly follow the best order of operation for various regions. put down preem, then scarified. Should I put down preem again? You're probably going to be fine. You know, that only goes down a certain amount into the soil anyway, and then it's getting broken down by microbial life, and that's what's going to give you the overall preem effect. Can humic 12 and aerate be tank mixed together? Yes, it can. Go ahead. 2.5 hydrogens. You got that. What else we got? What do we got? Speed zone with tenacity at the same time for creeping Charlie. I would imagine. Watch those rates. Watch those rates. Watch that heat. Okay. I'm not going to get through all these. I'm probably going to have to go and read through some of these other ones and respond to you later. Okay to mix RGS, humic, and dethatch at the same time? Yes, those will actually go together as well. You can do that. Okay. Video is premiering over here on the other side. So we're going to go over here. Remember, 7th person commenting when they see Tiny Yeti today gets the hat. Don't forget it. I'll be over here on the live chat on the other chat on the video. So I'll talk to you guys here real soon.